Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is New Comic Book Day for the week of January 16th, and we're going to get started right now.
Now!
This episode brought to you by the Royal Rumble. Not because they sponsored us, just because I want to put them in the tag.
Paul, who's your pick?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I mean, obviously I want Cena.
Oh, stop it.
Just because Cena.
Stop that.
What? I like Cena.
You're wrong. Stop it.
I said on Cena's face.
No.
I mean, not weird like that. I have a chair with his...
That's weird. Paul, you're being weird.
I don't know. Anyway.
Who's your pick?
Cena.
Oh, God, no, really. Who's your pick?
I don't know. I know who wins, so I can't say.
Oh, all right.
Someone ruined the Royal Rumble for me. Thanks.
Hey guys, Tim from the comic book store and Capes and Scowls. Hey, thanks for checking out Capes and Scowls. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I'm more fuzzy on the outside, so this is a new experience for me. Anyways, let's talk about these trades. We've got Stellar, which I looked at in issues and it looked great. And I looked at this trade and it still looks great, so I'll probably be checking that out. We got The Life of Captain Marvel, which is super important if you're trying to get into Captain Marvel before the movie, because there's a lot of restructuring. We got Disney Frozen, which is just great. These are really good books for your kids or you. Hey, whatever, right? Flash Rogues, Reverse Flash. This is a bunch of Reverse Flash key appearances rolled into one. We've got The Death of Captain Marvel. This is Marvel. This is like a must-read if you're a Marvel fan. Just got a new printing. Tony Stark Iron Man actually came out last week, but ours was damaged. This one isn't. You can read it. Farmhand by Rob Guillory. This book is awesome. I think I reviewed issue 1. It's really fun. It's weird. It's such a fun, weird book. Scooby-Doo Team Up Volume 6. We got Adam Ant. We got the actual Adam. Yogi Bear's on the back. So there you go. These books are fun, and I think you can just pick up any volume and read them. I don't think there's a ton of continuity between them. And finally, we got Alan Moore's Lost Girls. It is a $50 hardcover massive thing that he wrote with his wife in a cave. It is my understanding that this is a fairy tale based book. I just want to make it known. I'm pretty sure this is like erotica. Classy erotica. I don't know what that means, but that's what I was told. So, you know, if you're like, oh, I love Alan Moore, and you want to go put this on like your college bookshelf, just know that it's erotica.
All right, first up, we have Amazing Spider-Man issue number 13. It's Ryan Otley art, but it's only Ryan Otley art for like 3 issues. And then he needs to take a break. Marvel, you need to stop taxing your artist. We love their art. We just want to see it constantly. It's the end of the arc. J. Jonah Jameson is fighting the big man, who isn't who you think it is, because that person's been dead, and then his daughter has been dead. So you probably do know who it may be if you know Spider-Man lore. It's a pretty interesting episode. I always say episode.
It's
pretty
episode.
Interesting issue. It's definitely fun to read, and then the art is great, and there's a really nice turn at the end, and I liked it. Pick it up.
Alright guys, first up, let me just say, I did something I normally don't do. I don't know that I've ever done this on here, but I read All One Company. I usually try to space it out, but that's just how it worked out, people. And it was Marvel. I know Paul has a worried look on his face. I read 3 Marvel books. Let's see how this goes. First up, Marvel Comics. I don't hate Marvel, Paul. Marvel Comics presents number 1. I will be flipping through this to remember who did what. 3 small stories, just like the old Marvel Comics Presents. These are all one-shot stories for the most part, so they kind of wrap up. We got Charles Soule and Paulo Segura. I'm going to butcher all the names. They do a Wolverine story, which focuses on World War II era Logan fighting, and basically a lot of demonic stuff happens. I don't want to spoil it for you. Like, they're short stories. My favorite story of the 3 was by Greg Pak and Tom Coker, and it was the Namor story, which also took place in World War II era, and it has him kind of questioning whether humans are scumbags. Here's the spoiler, we are. And then the last story is a Captain America story by Ann Nocenti and Greg Land. I really like Greg Land art. I'm not familiar with Ann, but I really liked her story. It's about a young girl who has a dirt bike who basically befriends Captain America after he battles a thing. It's heartfelt, but like it's got good morals. I liked it. It was different. If you remember the old series and you enjoyed short form stories, it's more of the same, and it's done well. They chose good people to start off the series, and it's good. So, hey, check it out.
Next up, we have The Batman Who Laughs, issue number 2. This issue is really getting good. I like it. We've come to find out that this is a Batman who's not the greatest Batman. I mean, he's still Bruce Wayne, so technically he's Batman, but he hasn't done all of the accomplishments that Batman has done, and the Batman Who Laughs is now basically going through and stopping all of the things that the other Bruce Waynes in other dimensions have done to at least thwart him or slow him down. And it's really interesting to see that whole, like, what would Batman do if he had enough prep time working against him, because that Batman has not only had the prep time, but he's also already done it. And it's the inner monologues with the two characters are pretty good. I like it. I like to see where this is going to go, and you should pick it up.
All right, next up, we've got Conan the Barbarian, issue 2. Now, I gave issue 1 a glowing review, issue 2 more of the same, but I did make Muhammad Asar a little mad because I didn't mention him enough in the review of issue 1, so I'm not going to talk about how great Jason Aaron's writing is, or Matthew Wilson's amazing coloring, and who did the lettering? Travis Landman. He's very good as well. He does a lot of lettering. But, Muhammad, your art is really good in this issue, and I'm not just sucking up to you because I got nothing to gain from that. The art really carries this story because it's a lot of violence. Conan is hunting this Indian tribe, for lack of a better word, and bad things happen. Ghost snakes. Ghost snakes show up, and they are absolutely destroying everything. Conan with an axe equals a lot of violence, a lot of limbs flying, a lot of blood. So, Muhammad, my friend, you did a great job making this gross. And I really enjoyed it. So I don't want to give too much away about the story, but Conan has to fight an awful lot of snakes. That's enough right there. And there's a little hint of continuing the story from issue 1. Why aren't you reading Conan? It's so good.
And my pick of the week. I was not expecting this to be my pick of the week.
It's nice when that happens.
I know. It is Goddess Mode, issue number 2. This is actually a pretty dense book. But man, it literally fills in every blank that you were thinking about the first issue. I would actually look at this issue as a continuation of issue number 1. That's kind of how all issues are. But it's very good if you can actually get these two and read them together, because then you'll get to understand what is going on. You basically have this world where we have been tapping into the internet and this endless source of information, not realizing that it's actually another dimension, and there are creepy things and demons and everything that are basically picking people off left and right that we don't know about. And the people that survive are now oracles. These are people that fight these demons. If you are really into Madoka Magica, if you're an anime person, it mirrors that very much. And that's part of the reason why I like it, because Madoka Magica was one of my favorite animes of all time. So if you have that, you kind of understand where this is going. Also, you know what may be happening to several of your characters, some of your favorite characters. But yeah, this is a great issue. This is definitely something you should be picking up. The art is amazing in this book, and the writing is very, very good. Although this issue is a very dense read, as opposed to the first issue. But it's still definitely worth checking out.
All right, guys, it's time for my pick of the week, and I am excited this is my pick of the week because I wasn't sure what I was going to get with this book. It's Invaders, number 1. Now, and I have my finger in here to mention some people, because I'm bad with names. I will butcher your names, except Zdarsky, I know you. Chip Zdarsky is your writer. Carlos Magno and Butch Goyce are your artists. Alex Guimarães is your colorist. And Travis Lanham, you're here again. You lettered this book. You lettered my last book. So I like Zdarsky a lot. He's a lot of fun. He has a lot of fun. He's a silly man when it comes to his indie stuff, but when it comes to Marvel, my God, does this man write faithfully the Marvel lore. This book takes place partially in the past and partially in the present, and me not following what has been going on with Namor, I didn't feel lost, and that is enough to impress me. Basically, Namor in the current is kind of a jerk, and he wants to kill all of humanity for some reason. I'm sure we deserve it. But he is building an army, and he's going, and Cap and Bucky are figuring this is invader problem. We will solve it. You have some great work with Jim the android, the original Human Torch. I really liked his arc of the story. And the story in the past focuses on Namor fighting in World War II with Cap, with Bucky, and just the heartache he went through. And there's a lot of intrigue as to what happened to Namor after World War II, somewhere in between. This book was awesome. Chip, you're the man. And I'm telling you, I just wasn't sure what to expect. I picked this up. You know, you pick up a book, Paul, and you're like, I'm going to read this book because so-and-so... I didn't know who was on this. I literally didn't know it was Zdarsky till I opened it. And I got excited. So, Chip, thank you. Everyone else, great job. Travis Lanham, you letter like nobody's business. Yeah, I'm done. Alright, everybody, that's it. The video's done. I don't have anything else to promote. Paul has nothing else to promote, even though he's got this Twitter under Team Ashen, and this Instagram under Team Ashen, and a coffee page under Team Ashen, and he's got a Patreon under Team Ashen.
It's all team stuff. Like, it's not just me.
Yeah, I get that. You're like the ringleader. You're the leader. You're the Cyclops of the team. You know, like... You know, you're very important, and no, nobody likes Cyclops. I guess it's a bad analogy, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm not really Cyclops. I'm kind of behind the scenes.
You're behind the scenes?
Yeah.
You're like the wheelchair guy in Doom Patrol.
I'm like Oracle from the Birds of Prey, except I wasn't shot.
Don't shoot Paul. This was gonna go somewhere, but I guess the message of today is don't shoot Paul. Hey, you want to see my imitation Charizard? It's so cool. It's so crappy. It looks like Figment from Disney, just painted differently. He's really crappy. Thought you would enjoy this. Squawk.